Hello, Guardians. Welcome back to Tower Casuals, the Destiny podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Dirrig, and alongside me, as always, is my fabulous super runner, Josh Finney.
You know, Corey,
Yes,
I got to
Josh.
tell you something. I read the TWAP today, and I had one immediate thought.
Destiny.
This is Jiggly Panda's dream come true.
Oh, boy.
There's a collab to talk about, and I'm not wasting any time talking about it because,
Oh, boy.
ladies and gentlemen, we've done it.
Oh,
We've found
boy.
a collab that I want, that I like.
Oh,
and that
no. Is it Dungeons & Dragons 2.0?
No, but same company.
Oh.
Bungie has officially announced
Power
a
Rangers.
collaboration with Magic the Gathering.
Oh, jeez.
And man, I'm so excited for this.
Here we are. Are they getting cards?
We don't know yet, but the odds are very, very likely.
Oh, my gosh. I would get into Magic for some Destiny cards.
So, okay, let's start with what's officially confirmed. We got this in the TWAP.
Okay.
It really needs to be this week at Eververse. That's what Oak told me earlier today, because that's what literally a third of the TWAP today is Eververse products for Magic. But you get 3 sets of armor. There's 3 sets of armor in this. Each taking after a famous planeswalker from the Magic storyline. Warlocks are going to be Liliana, the Veil. The Titans are going to be Chandra, and then the Hunters are going to be the one and only Jace Beleren. So I'm very excited about these. I think these look pretty solid. Just overall, I think these look really good. I actually think that the Hunters came out on top here. This is just a sick
That's
set.
a first.
It's the first time I've been able to say it in a little while, I feel. But this looks really cool. I'm really, really, really here for this. I like all 3. Not a huge fan of the Chandra helmet for Titans, but not a lot you can really do about that. I think the Liliana and Jace ones are just significantly better. But yeah, really excited, really, really, really excited for that. We got a couple action shots of them, but that's not all. Tell me where you've heard this before. There's a plethora of cosmetics coming with this, including the Promised End exotic shell, a ghost shell inspired by the otherworldly form of Emrakul, bringing the eerie presence of the Eldrazi into Destiny. You can see the ghost in the key art. It looks really fucking cool. Grand Praetor as an exotic ship, drawing from the imposing biomechanical aesthetic of the Phyrexians. An exotic sparrow inspired by Vorinclex, channeling the feral power and predatory nature of Phyrexia. The Overrun finisher enemy with a burst of primal green energy inspired by the iconic Overrun spell. Ignite Your Spark, exotic emote. Awaken your Planeswalker Spark as the 5 colors of mana swirl to life around you. A Soul Ring exotic emote. I'm so excited. Channel the power of Magic's most enduring artifacts as a radiant ring of energy forms at your command. And then a Basic Lands shader pack. Actually really like this. But you can see all the cosmetics with the exception of the emotes and finishers in the art that is provided. These look really fucking cool. I don't even care. I'm gonna buy these so fast. I'm gonna buy these so quickly.
That doesn't surprise me. Why doesn't that surprise me, Josh?
I'm definitely getting the Jace armor. I'm gonna get the shaders because I gotta have my drip, and I think that the purple shader and the like bluish greenish one look really, really good here. God, dude, I'm buying the ship too. Oh God, this ship looks so good. I'm so excited. But everything is available starting next Tuesday not next Tuesday. Am I tripping here? I think it's next Tuesday. 24th. I believe that's Tuesday. Yep.
That is Tuesday.
I confused myself for a second, and I don't know why. I'm usually right. I think God, dude, not on the bingo card of things I thought we were going to get. It was rumored because the Liliana armor was viewable in game apparently, but everyone's like, what? Like, if you don't play Magic, you're probably looking at this going like, the hell is Death's Majesty? You know, you're probably wondering that. So
I was wondering that.
this is a really, really cool collab, though. This is a collab that, and I understand where, like, I think those who have knowledge of both Destiny and Magic are, on one hand, really like think this is cool, and on the other hand, are probably like, okay, we jumped the shark a little bit too much in Magic because, you know, guys, we're going to talk about Magic for like next 15 minutes, just to let you know. You can skip past this if you don't care about Magic. Magic has been fairly controversial over the last couple of years, namely due to three things, really. One, the price gouging of Wizards of the Coast. They keep raising the prices on everything. Everything's getting much more expensive, just like everything in the world. It's getting really expensive. You got to really pick and choose your battles here. Two, way too many sets a year. There's like 7 standard sets coming out this year. That's a lot.
That is a lot.
The other complaint is way too much third-party stuff. Way too much Universes Beyond. Universes Beyond was just a fun, like, little side thing a few years ago, but this was always the concern when they started doing it. You know, Warhammer was the first real Universes Beyond thing that wasn't just a secret layer. You know, the secret layer was described to me as this way. Think of it as like buying skins in Eververse. You're buying fancier versions of cards or like a specific like art that you want for a card, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it kind of started out there and it's grown beyond that. We got Warhammer Commander decks back in 2022. Was it 2022, I think? 2022, we got Warhammer Commander decks, not a full set, just 4 Commander decks. And it's like, oh shit, that's really cool. You got a full-ass Lord of the Rings set, summer 2023. Lord of the Rings, I think, fits what Magic does pretty well. Like, as far as third-party things go, I think that's probably the best fitting one that they've ever done. You had Doctor Who that fall, you had Fallout the next spring, and then that's where we start jumping the shark a little bit. They do Assassin's Creed, not even as a full set, as a mini set, and it's like, not great. Not great, not awesome. Really can't use the cards for a whole lot of things other than Commander. And then fast forward to this past year where they dropped 3 Universes Beyond sets in a single year, and that's a lot. This year they're going up to 4, and you know, last year you had 2 that really fit the Magic aesthetic really well in Final Fantasy and in Avatar: The Last Airbender. Then you had New York, or Spider-Man as we call it. And like, well, that's great. Okay, cool. We're going back to Lorwyn, you know, classic Magic plane. We're going back to Lorwyn this year. And what follows Lorwyn? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Heck yeah.
And
I also New York, by the way.
Yes. The plane of New York is the joke. Because this summer, we're getting a full Marvel set, not a small set like Spider-Man. We're getting a full Marvel superhero set. We're getting a Hobbit set. And then this Christmas, we're getting Star Trek. I understand why players feel really fatigued when they see things like this. So I do understand the caution of which a collaboration like this will be approached, because Wizards is not exactly subtle. Wizards really likes to make money. Bungie really likes to make money. Sony really likes to make money.
Turns out people like to make money.
Yeah, turns out capitalism wants you to spend money. I'm just happy this is happening before the end of the world. But as much as I've enjoyed things like Lord of the Rings and Final Fantasy and Avatar in my Magic, for every one of those, there's me rolling my eyes at Spider-Man because I did not enjoy Spider-Man. Did I enjoy a couple of the cards I got? Sure. But as a set, no, I didn't like it. No, I didn't care for Assassin's Creed. I definitely don't give a single solitary fuck about Ninja Turtles. But like, I understand. And what I would say is, spinning this out of in-game Destiny items, and I have to say if, because it's not officially confirmed, obviously, but they're teasing cards. The Magic account themselves is teasing Destiny cards with cards that spell out Eyes Up Guardian. So That leads me to believe that there will be secret layers. The question is, how many secret layers, right? It could be something where, oh, there's just 5 cards. I think that would be a waste at this point. I think the Destiny universe is large enough and rich enough in lore and characters and locations. You could do several different routes here. So I thought I would brainstorm on what we could potentially see based off of other collaborations we've gotten, such as the Dungeons and Dragons ones, such as the PlayStation All-Stars that we got, some of the bigger collabs that we've gotten in recent years, the Marvel ones, and just kind of speculate on where we might go from here. The most basic thing I would say that you have to do if you're going to do a Destiny set is there has to be a set of lands.
A set of what?
A set of lands. Lands are what you tap for mana, Corey. That's how you cast spells and do pretty much anything in the game of Magic. Fancy lands are really sought after by players. I got some of the ones that went up for Dungeons and Dragons last month. The Forgotten Realms land sets, because I think they're gorgeous. My girlfriend wanted them. I wanted them. Great. I think you have to do that if you're going to do a Destiny set, and it's got to be really basic here. So you got the 5 different ones that you got to do. You got to do plains, you got to do islands, you got to do forest, you got to do swamps, and you got to do mountains to correspond with their colors. I would say when you're looking at these, Titan is the obvious choice for island. For water, that's the obvious choice for me. For mountain, I would expect something Mars themed here. Forest is where it gets a little interesting, I think, because there's a couple different routes you could go here. You could go Savathun's Throne World. I hope they don't do something boring like the EDZ. Please, for the love of God, do Venus or Savathun's Throne World for this. I'm begging you. I'm literally begging.
It's gonna be the EDZ, dude. Or like, I don't know. Never.
Swamp, I think, is where you can get really creative with Swamp. To me, I think with Swamp you could. So Swamp for me, I would actually probably argue should be Savathun's Throne World. I think that makes the most sense to do that, or if they really want to stick to the core planets, Nessus. You could maybe spin the Dreadnought into that somehow, and then that leaves you with Plains. Plains to me is the Cosmodrome. I don't think there's any way around it. It's going to be the Cosmodrome.
Yeah, it'd be pretty weird if it was something else, I think.
Yeah, it makes sense. So that's probably how you get your Earth representation. Now, there is a card that goes in a lot of secret layers. It's a choke. There's usually bonus cards in secret layers. And Command Tower is one that shows up a lot. I could see them do Command Tower. You have to do a Command Tower for this set. And it's the only time I've ever wanted one, because it has to be the tower.
Well, yeah.
It has to be the tower. There's nothing else. I could see that either being a bonus card, or maybe they do one that's just like random commander staples in a secret layer, because they've been known to do that. I got the dog meat one as a gift a couple weeks ago. And secret layers exist to bling your deck out, right, in your chosen flavor. So I could see doing one there, like, oh, we put the Command Tower in there. They did Command Tower for the Fallout one, for the dog meat one, and it's the Red Rocket Station from Fallout 4. Makes perfect sense. So if you were to do that here, give me the tower, give me the Traveler as a Soul Ring. Give me, I don't know, find something to give me as an Arcane Signet. I think it would be really cool if you had some equipment cards that you could put in here. Maybe not in this one, but like, you're going to have to do one that's just artifacts. And it's going to have to be weapons from the game. You're going to have to do, I think if you were to pick 5 or 6 weapons you could make into cards. I think the obvious choices here are Gallarhorn. I'm going to say Ace of Spades.
Yeah.
I'm only going to stick with one hand cannon too. So sorry for everybody who loves Thorn and Last Word. I'm sticking with one from each family. I'm going to go Outbreak Perfected.
They've all got to be exotics too, right? I mean, I would assume.
I'm doing exotics for this exercise just because it makes the most sense to me. I would think that you could probably do I mean, I don't think you limit it to 3 weapons necessarily, but if you did stop at 3, those are the 3 that I think you would have to do.
Mm-hmm. You
I
think
would
they would stop
also
at 3?
argue that you need to do probably an exotic armor piece from each class. Just for like some flavor. I
Mm-hmm.
think you could do that. I think you can make it, be like the equipment or, something like that. Because if you just make the weapons bonus cards, people are going to get so upset. They're going to get upset they didn't get their chosen one.
Yeah.
Other things I can see them doing, I feel like you're probably going to get another. I feel like lands are going to be the big one here because there's so many famous locations, right?
Yeah.
I would argue that you get some dual lands potentially. And if you were to do some dual lands, I think they should take after the raids or the dungeons. And if I were to pick some Vault, there has to be a Vault of Glass card. I think Vault of Glass, I think the Dreadnought. I would argue something representing Last Wish. Yeah, now I mean these could be. I think as far as locations, Vault has to be one. Vault of Glass has to be one as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's
If you were to
the
pick
obvious.
locations that aren't going to be your basic lands, I think Vault. I think the Dreadnought is a potential. I would argue the Pale Heart. And I think it's also kind of important that we keep this to Light and Dark. I think the Light and Dark saga has to be what you do the cards from. I don't think you do anything from Edge of Fate forward.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be cool to do the Oversoul from Crota. I'm trying to think of like the most iconic like raid or boss encounters, and it's so funny that 3 of them come from Destiny 1.
Yeah.
I think something representing Last Wish should be in there, but I don't know if that should be the dream. I mean, you could the Dreaming City. We didn't even name the Dreaming City as something. I would like the Dreaming City to be like a special land if you were to do it. I think the Dreaming City is important enough to the community and to the game, like the game lore that it should be. My last 2 propositions are you got to do Heroes of the Light, and you got to do uh I don't know, Champions of the Darkness or something. Call it something ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Darkness, it's kind of cut and dry. Witness, Savathun. I mean, shit, you could do a whole Hive secret layer, which I wouldn't put it past them to do. Because Savathun, Oryx, and Crota, I think all 3, if you do go that route, all 3 are getting cards. Or at least are deserving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I would expect that too, I think.
I would expect the Witness.
Mm-hmm.
I think I need Taniks. I need a Taniks card, Corey.
God. Well, you said there's joke cards, right? Can't he be a joke card?
There's bonus cards, there's joke card, there's some that are like jokes. I think the Taniks one would be fucking hilarious. I'd love to see a Taniks one. But if I'm keeping it to this exercise of, and I'm gonna say, the secret layers can be anywhere from like 4 to 7 cards,
Mm-hmm.
depending on what the theme is. For this exercise, I'm gonna say that we're getting 6. If I were to pick 6 villains that get cards, it's gonna be the Witness, it's gonna be Savathun, it's gonna be Oryx. I want to represent more than just the Hive, though, for enemy races. So I'm going to say Taniks. I'm going to say... give me Gaul. I kind of hate that I'm doing Gaul, but give me Gaul. I would say Keitel, but Keitel's not a villain anymore.
No.
And then that leaves me with the Vex. The Vex, I feel, are the trickiest one for me because it kind of has to be, I feel, Atheon by default.
You know what you could do though with that? It's not Vex directly, but it's Vex adjacent. You could do Maya Sundaresh if she's going to be a bigger part.
Yeah.
It's just the Vex besides Atheon don't really have like that big bad.
Exactly. And that's kind of the problem that I'm running into. So yeah, you could do that. God, please don't do the Undying Mind. As far as, and then
Oh,
allies of the light.
what about sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but
No,
what
you're good.
about the the one Vex that that you I can't remember. The one that you kill before Lightfall. I don't know. Never mind. It'll come to me.
I would also throw out that Nezarec and Rolk should be in the conversation as guys who get cards. Nezi, because you could just make that an ultimate like troll card, much
Uh-huh.
like
Nezzy.
Tanix. But Rolk, I would argue Rolk would probably be one of the best cards in this set, just because like Rolk is such an iconic villain.
Double Rolk.
God, dude, you could do like anything from the raids or dungeons, and I'd be happy. When it comes to heroes, I think heroes are both easier and harder because obviously you're doing the big three.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing the three. So it's who do you do as the others? Because no matter what, people are going to get upset. I think the other three you do are Drifter,
Mm-hmm.
Crow,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to argue Mara. I'm going to argue Mara Sov.
Yeah. I mean,
I would like to say Shax because of his like, I don't know, like how big of an icon he is.
yeah. I mean, I guess I just don't understand. I don't really understand the rules of Magic. I don't understand why you just don't do all of them. But I
It's
mean,
because it's not a full. It's because we're operating under the assumption this is not a full set.
okay.
So when it's not a full set, they can do as many or as few things for a secret layer drop as they want to. And I just don't see them doing like 7 or 8 Destiny secret layers, because at that point you're admitting that you have enough to make a full set.
Yeah, that's fair.
Essentially. And you have to keep in mind that the vast majority of these cards are going to be reprints and not mechanically unique cards. Although I do think Destiny introduces an interesting wrinkle where you can do mechanically unique cards. But
Mm-hmm.
when they do that, they typically like to spread those out amongst the secret layers and not have them be like exclusive to like just one of them, because then that's what everyone's going to go for. It's part
Yeah.
of the reason why the Ghost of Tsushima one sold out so fast, was because Jin Sakai was a mechanically unique commander
Mm-hmm.
that you could use. So all in all, I think there's the fact that we're even having to sit here and like make a wish list of like who we want and like who we would be willing to cut. Like
Now, let me ask you this.
you could make so many.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Could they do multiple sets for each class?
No.
Like, could they do like subclasses?
No. At that point, you're looking at an entire Destiny set.
Okay.
Because that would be oh god, dude, that would be 5 elements plus prismatic for each class. Yeah, no, you would have to. God, see, and this is where I don't know how the rules of how they're going to govern this are going to come in. How do you do all this and not represent the supers in some way?
Yeah.
How do you do all this and not represent the heroes, the villains, the locations, the weaponry? Like, there are so many things that have to go into this. Like, you're going to tell me I'm not going to get the Acadia jump ship as a magic card? The very first ship that you ever get, you're going to tell me I don't get that? I need a card that's titled I don't have time to explain why I don't have time to explain.
I mean, that's true.
Like, there are so many things you could do here. And this is like one of the nerdiest segments I've ever done on any show ever. But there's so many cool things you can do here. And I hope that Ghost isn't something just like, oh, Ghost is your arcane signet or your soul ring. Like, no, let the Traveler do that. Like, let the Traveler be one of those, right? And like, in a way, I kind of hope that those are the bonus cards. Like, oh yeah, you have like a chance for a chase or something. Then that's how they sometimes go. Like, every secret layer is different, but like, the bottom line is this is going to be really fucking expensive when it happens.
It's true.
I would almost rather this be a set so that I could selfishly save myself a little bit of money. But at the same time, I don't think that Destiny has the staying power of a franchise that needs a standard Magic the Gathering set. Although, I mean, we just got fucking Ninja Turtles, so what do I know?
Yeah. Well, there's only 4 of them, so, and Splinter. So,
Dude, there's like
and Shredder.
5 versions of every fucking turtle. And that's before you get to all the different arts. It's disgusting.
Where's my
It's
Power Rangers
disgusting.
set Magic cards? Come on.
Hopefully never coming.
Gosh.
I say this as I just had a conversation with Joe Asos like 10 minutes before we recorded where I was like, man, this gives me hope that we're going to get Halo cards for the 25th. For the record, that was my guess for this year was we were going to get Halo secret layers. But
You still might.
I felt that it would line up with Star Trek because that's all when Star Trek comes out is the very first week of November, which is also the 25th anniversary of Halo right on the dot. So, but it's also worth noting that Campaign Evolved is rumored to be coming out this summer. Could line up with that. I would actually really love if they did like something for Xbox like they did for PlayStation last year. Give me, give me a Halo, give me Gears, give me Fable,
Give me the big ones, right?
Give me an Ori one, dude. You know ape shit I would go for an Ori secret layer? They already got the art style for it.
I feel like that would be kind of a layup. It would be like an easy PR win at this point of a bunch of PR losses,
Yeah. So bottom line, I think that this is a really cool collab. It has the potential to be really cool. It's going to be really expensive though, which is really frustrating for me because secret layer products are also really limited. It's worth noting, like you pretty much have to order them the day they come out because most of them sell out instantly. Very rarely are they still available. And if they're mechanically unique cards, they're probably going to sell out a lot quicker. Or if they're really sought after reprints, like there's always the potential that it's a really sought after reprint as one of these cards. So then the fans of that are like, oh shit, I got to spend all this money. So suffice it to say, whenever these come out, I will be camping out on my phone to buy the full set because I need all the Destiny cards.
Yeah, of course you do.
And unfortunately, Chelsea is also going to want her own set of them. So I have to buy 2 sets of this, which means I'm looking at like probably $400. Easy.
Is your heart? I mean, your wallet's sad, but is your heart really that sad?
My heart is really happy.
Yeah, see,
it's really happy. Like this is
follow your heart, Josh.
I have spent a full year. I need y'all to understand. I've spent a full year shitting on the idea of a Destiny and Magic collab. When Edge of Eternities, the space set came out last year, I was just getting into Magic, like getting really into Magic. I'd bought cards before, but I really got into it with Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy was my gateway drug. And I love it. I wish I had more free time to play more Magic, frankly, than just, talking about it and getting cool ass cards that I haven't gotten to use. But they did a space set, and that's such a layup for me. I love everything sci-fi and space. And Joe and Johnny and I were talking, and they were like, man, it would be really cool if we got a Destiny secret layer. I was like, dude, we're never getting a Destiny secret layer. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm so happy that like 8 months later, I'm eating my words quicker than I ever thought I would too, by the way. So I don't know. I think this is cool. To me, this is how Universes Beyond should be done in a setting like Magic. Like you could have just done Ninja Turtles as a secret layer and nobody would have complained. We wouldn't have batted an eye. Like they did Sonic the Hedgehog and we were like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like, yeah, the Sonic cards are actually kind of cool. Shadow is mechanically unique. Like this is actually really good. Knuckles is mechanically unique. These are cool cards. But you don't feel pressured that you have to go buy a set you have no interest in and have slop on the cards, So doing something like this, I mean, like I'll say it. I have a couple of the Arcane cards. I have some of the Miku ones. I have some of the Fortnite ones. Like I have some of these, from years ago, when they came out. And I think that's cool. Those are ones like, yeah, I probably would never take those to my local game shop, but I'll sit there and play them with my friends on Spell Table or at the kitchen table or something. I'll happily play those cards. Like, I think those are fun. Like, and hey, cool. It's a way to bling out my decks where I'm representing something I really, really love. Like, Destiny cards, a lot of those probably going to go into my cloud deck. Like I've kind of just started making that into like, it's less cloud and more of a video game deck in general, like a video game themed one. And I think it's really cool that we get to do things like that. But I do share the concern that, is this going a bridge too far? Like, do we really need cards for it? And like, is there that big of a crossover audience? I think that's the biggest thing. Is there that big of a crossover audience? But I also kind of looking back on it, it was kind of a matter of time after we got that D&D collaboration.
Yeah.
Which, for the record, I think was done very well inside Destiny. It didn't feel out of place. It didn't feel weird. They made everything look natural. It didn't feel jarring to see somebody in those cosmetics as opposed to some of the Star Wars stuff. I didn't have fucking Darth Vader on my raid team back then.
It was cool though, right?
No, it's not. I still fucking hate it. My time about talking positively about collaborations is over, Jiggly Panda. You got like 15 minutes of this, so longer than that, 30 minutes. You got 30 minutes. You got 30 minutes of me talking about fucking expensive cardboard.
Jiggly Panda's going to savor this for these 15 minutes for the rest of their lives.
Okay? I hope so, because I did this just for you. Just for you, boo.
Just for you.
So, well, with the most important item of the Schwab out of the way, I want to thank you for listening to TowerCon. No, I'm kidding. There are a couple of other things to get to in the Schwab. We actually do have a Schwab. It's the first time in a very long time.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a little weird. But I'm okay with it. Guardian games. Guardian games are coming back on March 24th on Tuesday at Reset, running through April the 14th. I gotta say, this armor looks really good this year.
Yeah.
I'm actually really shocked at how good this armor looks. And, once again, we have to buy it, though. So that kind of kills the enthusiasm that I have for it.
I really like that Titan armor set. The lion mask is a little much, but
for me personally, I think the Warlock looks the best this year.
Yeah, the Warlock definitely looks the best. I do have to say the snake helmet on the Hunter looks cool though.
I like all three. What I really like the idea of is taking that Hunter set and putting the Liar's Handshake snake gauntlets on there. If you put that ornament on, because now you can just put the ornaments onto any gauntlet. I think that's just, that's going to be a cool look.
That would be cool. Does the
cape be a really cool look?
Does the cape kind of go down into like a snake tail?
Yes,
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, so if you look at it, it's supposed to be the snake head. And that's supposed to be like the back of the cobra.
Right. Yeah.
So
I knew the hood was going to be the cobra, but it's cool that they went all the way down with it to the tail.
Yeah, I think it looks fantastic. I like it. So
I really like the Warlock set though. That winged cloak looks awesome.
Guardian games in the reward track. Expect a new shader, ship, emblem, ghost shell, and guaranteed holofoil weapons. Armor, of course, and Eververse for 6,000 bright dust or silver. Nobody cares. We're all buying Magic the Gathering stuff on Tuesday. Guardian games does not matter.
Damn, that the Titan Magic set looks cool. I didn't scroll down to look at it yet.
Fucking cool. I can't talk about Magic anymore. I'm just gonna keep geeking out.
Oh man, that's cool. Man,
the weapon. Oh boy, another stasis spreadshot hand cannon.
What? We don't have enough of those.
Fire fusion and Kuranos. The trace rifle is back again. I do not know how I feel about this.
We know that tone in your voice tells us exactly how you feel.
I'm not going to play a lot of this. I will play some of this just because I have been jonesing to play a little Destiny. In fact, I found out today that a coworker of mine actually used to play Destiny and has not raided or dungeoned ever.
What?
So making plans to take them through some of the end game stuff here pretty soon. Looking forward to that. Always like raiding with new people, and hey, more bodies for the Pantheon as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, so, Pantheon.
God, dude, I can't wait for Pantheon 2.0. On the subject of the Magic collab, though, it seems the working theory from our good buddy Joe is that these will probably drop the day that they reveal the next expansion. which will probably be the beginning of June when they drop that major update, when they drop Shadow and Order. I can't even forget. I can't believe I forgot this. Fuck Gaul being in a secret lair. Callus. Oh my god, what are we doing here? I need Callus on his throne on the sex barge.
I mean, that's in his robot body dungeon.
Yeah, Corey, you just had this look on your face like, God, well, it took 35 minutes to get there, but Josh yelled the word sex barge about
Gaul.
Callus.
Look, you said Gaul, and then I was like, oh, what about? In my head, I was like, what about Callus? And I'm like, well, Josh knows what he wants, so I'm just gonna let it go. And then,
dude, listen, if it was up to me, we'd be getting like 25 characters on cards. Okay.
I mean, if it was up to me, if they were smart, they would sell 100 characters. I would buy them all and just put them in an album and look at them.
Again, it would be a set, Corey. It would be a full set at this point.
Make a full set.
No, I don't.
You want a new fan?
You want to see the most hot? You want to see the absolute most toxic Magic we'll ever get? It will be if they announce a Destiny set, because you'll have the Destiny players who hate Destiny, who are hate buying this, and then you'll have the Magic fans who play Standard who are like, fuck, I have to buy fucking Destiny cards. I fucking hate Destiny. Remember when Destiny 1 came out and it was dog shit? Because they've never moved past it? God, dude, I'm not ready to have that discourse in the year of our Lord 2026.
Yeah, Josh,
at least with Ninja Turtles, I feel like we've all it's like that meme of like the Crypt and the Blood holding up their bandanas together. That's how I feel like everybody has just gotten about Ninja Turtles. Like, hey, we all know this is shit. Let's just pretend it doesn't exist.
Well, the thing about Ninja Turtles, Josh, is that it was super relevant and then it wasn't. And it's come back around like 2 times now, to the point where like everybody kind of has the turtles that they feel like are like their turtles, and they just assume they're going to get redesigned every like 3 years, and nobody really cares anymore because nobody,
That's fine. I don't care that Ninja Turtles is popular. It doesn't fit Magic, Corey.
I know, but I think my point is
that
like,
as somebody who bought Spider-Man cards for Magic, which also does not fit, by the way. Your boy wanted a Soul Stone. He got a Soul Stone, so he moved on. I love opening packs, and my friends be like, you have the dumbest beginner's luck of all time. Because it's just like, oops, banger, oops, banger, oops, banger. Anyways.
Look, my concern would be is if these Magic crossovers, Josh, came to Destiny, like the Ninja Turtles came to Destiny, or that would be concerning. Although Shredder as a Warlock would be kind of cool.
I can't do this.
Last Ronin as a hunter would be cool. Casey Jones probably would be the Titan because
I have no idea what words are coming out of
that's
your
fine
mouth right now.
You don't need to. Somebody does out there.
All right. Vanguard orders during getting back to Guardian games, Vanguard orders. We've added rare quality Vanguard orders focused on the event. These will provide 50 Bright Dust per completion before the 1,000 Bright Dust weekly threshold and 10 per completion thereafter. Players can only hold 1 at a time, and once completed, it will be replaced with another rare order until the Guardian Games event ends. I actually really like that.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? Like, dude, the game is in such a sorry state right now. Why not just load us up with fucking Bright Dust, man? Just go crazy with it.
Yeah.
My coffers are looking a little bare these days. I'm down to 137,000 Bright Dust.
Josh, what are you doing?
I've been hoarding it since they did the great scrap everything and we'll give you Bright Dust one more time fiasco. Does nobody remember the road to 100K?
I do. I remember.
And then we just kind of like obliterated that because they gave us seasonal challenges.
Yeah. Because you're like, oh, I'll get it by the end of the year. And then like they came out with seasonal challenges and you're like, oh, I'm going to have by the end of summer.
Seasonal challenge. We met our goal 6 months early and never looked back.
Yeah.
I haven't sniffed 100K in like 5 years. Easily, if not more. It's half the game's lifespan. I think we still had the Rona going on the last time I sniffed 100K.
God.
That's about the time we got seasonal challenges, so
That's true.
all right.
Oh boy.
Sandbox changes.
Great.
I
Here we go.
wouldn't normally go into this, but we do have to address one very specific thing here. The void nades.
The void nades.
The void nades. I am really bummed that this is going away because it has made for some absolutely hilarious, and I mean absolutely hilarious clears of dungeons and raids. This is the last weekend you can use the handheld supernova bug. It has been bugged since Renegades came out, I believe.
Yeah.
And they have not fixed it. It might have even been bugged beforehand, and they have not fixed it at all. They just kind of let it go. And I think that's indicative of where we are with the game. Like, yeah, we're just going to kind of let you guys chill.
Yeah.
But it is unfortunately
we want to keep
gone.
the game. We want the game to feel as fun as possible. Please play our game. We're going to leave this bug in for you to play with.
Yeah. I may have run every single dungeon back to back to back with Oak and Dealer, seeing how fast we could do them and doing chunk damage on everything.
I believe it.
It's one of the funniest fucking things I've ever watched. Just absolutely hysterical. I'm in shambles realizing that I have to do what's his face, the Dredgen, whatever his name is,
Dredgen Bale.
He's not Dredgen Bale, that's for damn sure. He is not Timu Kylo Ren.
Gosh.
But whoever the Dredgen is in the Equilibrium dungeon, I have to actually like try in the boss fight now. That's just annoying to think about.
Josh has to try, guys.
I have to try. I don't like it. It was also like really clear they were going to have to get rid of this before Pantheon came back too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I know. I'm just. So, it's funny.
Yeah. I mean, there'll be something else busted eventually. So
there's always something busted. It's
always something busted.
Depends on how much they want to fix it or not.
Yeah, I found it very funny seeing what it did and did not work on. Believe it or not, worked on Zodiac Lock set in the Sunder Doctrine dungeon.
Ooh.
Believe it or not, it worked.
Ooh.
So yeah, there's been some very funny moments with it, and I will always, as they call it here, John Chunk. John Chunk will live on in my heart forever.
John Chunk.
John Chunk. I'm gonna be like that Wolverine meme where he's like he's staring at the picture of Cyclops. It's just gonna be me staring at the damage numbers from handheld Supernova.
Oh my gosh,
it's great. It's great. So, but I hate to tell you guys, that's kind of it for the TWAB.
I mean, it's a bigger TWAB than I thought we were going to get this week.
It was 35 minutes of me talking about expensive cardboard and how much money I'm willing to throw at Wizards of the Coast. Oh boy, it took us 8 minutes to cover the rest of the TWAB. Boy. And we deviated to talk about cardboard even more during that.
It's true. We did do that.
But shift gears a little bit here towards the end. Marathon.
Yeah, Marathon's...
Man, I'm so fucking excited, Corey, because I gotta tell somebody, I gotta gush about it. I gotta gush about the genius of Outpost.
Yeah. Before you do that, don't do Outpost by yourself. Don't do that, guys. Don't do it. I mean, you can, I guess, if you're good enough, but this guy right here is not good enough. If you're not watching the video, I'm pointing at myself.
Outpost took this from being this is a really intriguing fun. It's a game I'm having fun with. I'm starting to really learn Perimeter and Dire Marsh because I got to play them both during the beta weekend. I'm really enjoying this. Outpost feels like a totally different game, and I mean that in the absolute best way possible.
Yeah, I agree with. I mean, from what I've played,
this is like
agree.
It's like ODST meets Metal Gear Solid meets, I don't know, like marathon. I don't know how else to describe it. Like it's one of the best things that Bungie's ever made, and I can't believe that I want to know how many times I'm gonna have to say that about the first few months of this game, because this is an absolutely just crazy thing. I think trying to get into Pinwheel is one of the coolest mechanics that they've done.
It's cool. I watched a lot.
Mhm.
I watched a lot of it because I haven't gotten a team together to go try to do it.
There is a noticeable skill gap once you get to Outpost.
Yes, and I have been watching a lot of that though, because I'm really fascinated to see like what's inside and you know how you unlock it and all that kind of thing. And it's like this game is so fascinating, Josh. I'm like really addicted to this game, and probably not in the way that you're supposed to play it, right? Like I'm literally going through all of the contracts and like doing the contracts and by myself, most of them, and just like watching the story and, you know, watching the cutscenes and, you know, seeing what unlocks as I move through, like, you know, New Caloric or Mida or whatever. And it's like, I have learned Perimeter intimately at this point. Dire Marsh is a really cool map. And then Outpost, like you said, it's like Outpost changes the game dramatically from like the other two maps, but then then it changes again when you get inside, and it's like, oh my gosh, this game, there is so much to this game it's fascinating, and I'm kind of like addicted to playing it. It definitely has that one more run thing for me, at least.
Dude, it is like the ultimate just one more run game for me. I really hate that I haven't had as much time as I wanted to play this. I'm hovering around level 20, which is really, really further behind than I thought I would be at this point. But it's because I just don't, during the week, I just don't have time. And my weekends, both weekends have been really, really packed, unfortunately. I'm hoping outside of a quick trip to the movies this weekend, that this weekend is kind of filled with it, because I have a feeling a lot of people are going to be trying to tackle Ranked and Cryo Archive when it goes live. Well, by the time you're listening to this, it'll be almost live. So and I have not watched anything on Cryo Archive yet, because I plan on trying to watch some of the runs tomorrow during my lunch break. That'll be about the time it's going live. So I want to see it. I want to see that. I didn't even watch the trailer today for Cryo Archive. I'm super, super stoked for this though. Like, Outpost is already creative. The things I've been hearing about Cryo Archive and like the ARG to get it unlocked and everything has just been wild. You have to be level 25. You have to have unlocked all the factions, which isn't that hard to do. You have to unlock all the factions, and you have to go in with a loadout worth at, what is it, like 5K, I believe?
I think so. Something around there.
Both that and rank, you have to go in with a very high risk, high reward loadout. Like, whoever is coming out on top in a ranked match or in Cryo Archive is leaving with so much bullshit. It's crazy to think about. There's going to be specific quests that are tied to it. Like, there's already a codex entry that says complete all 7 priority contracts in Cryo Archive in one weekend. That's crazy. Like, Cryo Archive is only going to be available Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Like every week?
Away.
Is that like every week it's only available those days?
Every week it is only available on the weekend.
I was going to say, who builds something that's only available for 3 days and then shuts it down?
Ranked is also available, but in the trials method. So goes live Friday morning at reset, and it will stay live until the Tuesday weekly reset. I'm far less bothered with ranked being like that. So here's my thing. I'm of two mindsets on this. I understand why people are upset about this. I get it. At the same time, I also feel like this is really healthy for the main player base. Weekends are when you get your most engagement. If you have ranked and you have Cryo Archive available on the weekends, I think they're hoping that will take some of the people who know life this game and do nothing but play all week, and streamers and things like that, and moves them out of those lobbies and into the more hardcore section so that the normies can come in and enjoy their perimeter and dire marsh runs and maybe dip their toes into outpost and not get completely fucked on by purples and yellows. Because I'll tell you something, I'm seeing purples and I'm only seeing them on perimeter for the most part. And it's really annoying when I'm only seeing purples in the hands of other teams on perimeter. It's like, so y'all, let me get this straight. Y'all went and loaded up at Outpost and then came back to the basic map to Camp Holler. Got it. And it just seems like everybody fucking hates Dire Marsh. Dire Marsh is it's such a cool map, but God, man, I fucking hate having to run across Dire Marsh. It's so awful.
I do wish there was a way to, like, and not necessarily vehicles, but just like a way to travel faster. I mean, that's half the reason. That's half the reason why I use the Thief is because of the grappling hook.
That's a lot of people, honestly. That's why I was enjoying using Vandal in the Server Slam. Was the movement. I have found myself settling into more of Assassin, but I will be learning Destroyer, mainly for Outpost, man. Like the one full run I have gotten in of Outpost last weekend is also like the best memory I've had of this entire game. Johnny and I went in as a duo to do Outpost and did my quest, and we did not see a single team on that map. We did not see a single team on the map. We were not necessarily fucking around, but it was taking us a little bit to do the quest. We had to, go all over and this and that. And you have to be very strategic with your movement because not only do you have other teams around you and it's a small map, but you also have the solar storms outside, which I think is a really cool mechanic. You have to really pick and choose when you want to go and when you don't want to go and what you're willing to risk.
Right.
I think that's awesome. That's such a cool mechanic. We went and the only exfil, because there's only one, I believe there's only one up at a time on Outpost. We went to go exfil. We had to go all the way to the north part, the very tip top north of the map. And we start heading that way. We haven't seen anybody. And we went, okay, we got to drop down. So we dropped down and he hung back a little bit. I dropped down first because I went invis to go invis. I was going to cloak, run up there, hit the thing, and then hide in the bunker it was up there. Because everything is a guarded exfil on Outpost also on top of that.
Yeah. So I'm guessing Outpost is more the PvP players map. Like,
I wouldn't even say that. I think there's a lot more PvE on the map. There is PvP, but there are so many more enemies on that map compared to the others. And they're tanky. But that's what's making
you probably have like those commanders with like the big shields and stuff. And
dude, you're getting commanders dropping in. You're getting the big boys dropping in with fucking purple shields, dude. Like just assaulting you. And so I drop down to go activate the exfil, and I drop down and I hear a shot. I turn around and there's two dudes. I managed to take one of them down while he takes me down. He wasn't expecting John to drop down. I think he really thought I was on my own. So Johnny drops down, gets the drop on him, kills him, gets me up. We looted these guys. They were so kitted, dude. They were fully loaded. These guys were fully loaded. So we took everything we possibly could. And then, healed up, went invis, went and grabbed the exfil, and we had to hunker down again. He hunkered down in the room where he killed those guys. I went to a bunker and we just, destroyed everything, smoked it, ran into the zone. We exfilled, and it always shows who was closest to you when you go to exfil. There was a dude who was like 3 rooms away from us.
Jeez.
Coming in on us, coming in hot. It was a rook too. Dang. So, yeah.
Those rooks can be dangerous, dude.
Well, and a lot of that's because they're rooks who are upgraded.
Yeah.
Because you get to a point with rook where you're able to start with the shoddy. A good shoddy.
The good one.
And it is Rook is one of the most fascinating things I've seen in the game. I don't want to talk too much about Rook because I need to actually do a good amount of Rook runs before I talk about it too much. I'm trying to get Johnny on here at some point in the next week or two to come talk about Rook because he does more Rook runs than anyone I know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he's damn good at them.
I've done a couple Rook runs just because, like, I needed to know, like, is it worth going in as Rook instead of one of these other classes if I'm playing by myself? And I get it just depends on what kind of mood you're in, I guess.
It depends on what kind of mood you're in and how aggressive do you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because I do think that there's a lot of value in doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But
I do have to say, yeah, you know me, Josh, Mr. Run and Gun, Mr. Titan, eat crayons, punch rocks, Titan here. I have to say, I have been so not aggressive in playing this game. Like, I'm playing it like a stealth game almost, essentially.
Yeah, the time to kill is so fast in this game that even if you get the drop, you can still go down so quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Last night, and this is actually really funny. We did a run last night on Dire Marsh. I went in with Oak and our friend Stone. The three of us loaded in, and we were at quarantine. We were on our way to bioresearch, and Oak and I were, and Stone was checking out something in quarantine. He was like, "Oh, there's a team here." He drops one while we're hauling ass back. He drops one, just about drops. I think he did drop the second one, and then the third guy takes him down because the third guy had a fucking purple shield. So I stealthed up and just waited because he threw down something that let him see where we were. He threw down a scanner. He comes out of the room, doesn't even turn to face me. So I just start unloading. I just unloaded into him and got the finisher on him. We went in with free kits. We did not go in with anything good. We free kitted and killed these guys. I would have been so pissed if I was them.
Yeah.
And we looted the ever-loving fuck out of these guys. Stone left with a purple shield and a purple weapon. Oak left with a purple weapon. I left with tons of blue stuff and lots of materials that I need for upgrades. We got that stuff and I kid you not, we hauled ass to the nearest exfil because this was within like the first 3 minutes of the match.
Yeah.
We absolutely booked it for the nearest exfil as soon as they popped. Because the exfil popped right after we finished looting up and healing.
Mm-hmm.
We hauled that exfil, but we were like, oh my God, this is awesome. This is awesome. It's runs like that where you're just like, damn, like I love getting the drop on somebody right at exfil or right before.
Mm-hmm.
You just loot up and then go in and steal their exfil. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great. This game has so many like clip that moments.
Yeah. I went in with just like an autofill group and man, by the way, just pairing with people that are not like you don't know gives me that feeling of what Halo used to give me, or like what early Destiny used to give us.
More or less racial slurs.
None. Zero. They were just nice dudes going in, and like we had the same contracts, and we were just going through Dire Marsh together. And like, man, we experienced a moment where we were heading to the exfil and we got in this firefight, and the one guy was the medic, and two of us went down, and he threw out that kind of instant revive shield thing that they have. I haven't played his triage yet, so I don't really know how that works, but like we get up and take the other three people down, kill two of them, and one is down like permanently, essentially. We loot them, and then we go to exfil, and one of the guys gets sniped from across the map.
Oh, no.
And I get downed, but we exfilled at the very end. Like, It
Did
was
you still manage to crawl into the circle?
Yeah, I was
I
in the
love that.
circle. I got sniped in the circle, but I was down.
That happened when I was watching a duo run that Oakenstone did on Perimeter last night. In the new duos queue, by the way, which is the sweatiest that I have seen this game, funny enough. And Stone got killed outside the circle because like them and two other teams like all converged on the circle at once.
Mm-hmm.
And he dropped a couple and then got wiped out. Oak got sniped in the circle, but still managed to be in the circle because he touched it and he got sniped. And so his body was down behind the marker and he still managed to exfil with his stuff, which I think is just so funny to watch.
Yeah.
Because they were so preoccupied fighting Stone there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's cool. This has been just one of those games where I said it before. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to keep saying it. It is not for everyone. It is. You are going to have way more fun with this game if you are into PvP and you're into being tactical and aggressive at the same time. You will have a much better time with this game. I'm having fun not being aggressive and being more tactical. I try to avoid PvP where I can. But if I have to get into a scrap, hopefully I have something decent. And I think that's been a lot of the fun of the game is doing that, doing the contracts, trying to exfil, things like that. Like I'm still having fun. I don't know, to echo again, I don't know how long this game will be in my rotation for, just because I do think that eventually running the same 3 maps is going to get really, really old. And I'm going to get to a point where Outpost is all I want to run. I'm already kind of starting to get there with Perimeter. Like, okay, there's not a lot on Perimeter I really need anymore. If I want to go do like some easy contracts, I'll go there. But other than that, like I have priority contracts to go do on Dire Marsh. And then I have stuff I'm starting to unlock more and more for Outpost. So I'm hoping that's it. I would like to try Cryo Archive at least once when I get kitted, but like it would be towards the end of a season, I think, when I would be willing to go do it, because you're going to lose your stuff anyways. Why not go do it one of the last weekends?
Right.
So I get the people that are upset about that and ranked being on weekends, but the vast majority of people I've seen upset about it, at least in like the discords that I run in and stuff, y'all were never going to touch this anyways. Y'all were never going to get to that threshold of gear. I've played with y'all. Y'all were never getting to that point. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be at that point, most likely. Like, I'm just saying, like, you know, the people who were trying to be, this could be as bullshit as Trials. Like, go play something else. Arc Raiders is literally right there. You can go be a pacifist all you want in Arc Raiders.
To me, it almost makes sense. Is like you loot up during the week.
And that's the gameplay loop that I also feel. But again, like I feel like this is also doing a favor to the greater player base, because I'm sorry, I don't want to be farmed by people who have, you know, purples and yellows and shit when I'm trying to do basic contracts with new players on Perimeter. I don't want to do that. Or I'm trying to get some stuff done on Dire Marsh. Like Marsh, I understand a little bit more. Like Outpost, I expect it. I don't expect it when I'm trying to do, you know, like the intro quests, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't have a problem. Like, I've seen some people be like, oh, like, you know, purples are just all over the place. Like, great. Glad you think so. I'm sure that there are a decent bit more once you do more and more Outpost runs. But I think the game right now is doing a decent job at loot distribution. And like, that's fine. I think they also want to wait and see, okay, when we release the best gear in the game into the ecosystem here in the next couple days, how is that going to reflect in the overall health of the game?
Right.
Before deciding. I mean, they may decide, hey, Cryo Archive is not going to be cleared by like hardly anybody. We'll just open it up. They could always decide that.
Yeah, and
I think it's more likely. I think it's more likely ranked will get that first. But I think they also like the idea of like, hey, there's something to do in the back half of the week.
Yeah.
You know, again, loot up during the week, loot up on your free evenings or something, or bring your stuff from the previous weekend and rank, then let's go, you know?
Yeah, or they could do like, hey, this week, you know, the next 2 weeks or something, we're leaving it open all week, and then we're gonna put it back to the weekend or whatever.
Yeah, they could always do something like that. Like,
And
the game has been
it's
out
easier
for
to do
2
that.
weeks. It's been out for 2 weeks.
Yeah, plus I think it's easier to do something like that because it's not Destiny. Like,
It's not that's if that's not like the nail on the head right there, it's not Destiny. You can do something else.
yeah, this is the ultimate, like, oh, I don't feel like playing this weekend, but I can come back and pick up where I left off a week, 2 weeks, a month later and not miss a beat. Unlike, sometimes in Destiny, even though they say like you can go play other games, like the hardcore one, it'd be chasing things and leveling and being, grinding for the best gear. And in this, it's the luck of the draw, and it's a shooter. Like, it's, your weapons are based on your attachments. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. I think this is like to me, this feels like a middle ground of what they were doing with Halo and what they have kept wanting to do with Destiny, essentially. But in the end, this is kind of what happened, is like, oh, this is what makes sense here, and this is what makes sense here. And I think it's so well designed, and so you can feel the effort in this game, and the love and passion for this style of shooter in here. Like, I really do feel like I think it's a really great.
I've been extremely
shooter.
happy to eat all my words.
Yeah.
About this game.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's one of the highest compliments you can pay a game, is like, yeah, I was completely wrong about this, and I'm, happy to admit it. But, there was always a chance that this wasn't going to work out. I still want to see a little bit more for like, what's the overall health of the game going to look like for each season? So I think expecting a map every season is just a ludicrous expectation. But I think if you're going to add variants like Night Martian, then I think that's
or like different weather effects, or different like
I already like that, that mixes up occasionally too.
Or like you said, like, what if they added on to the maps that are already there? Like, not to bring like a different game into this, but like, look at what Zelda did from Breath of the Wild to Tears of the Kingdom. They used the same map, but they added onto it in really different, interesting ways.
I think one of my only reservations with Marathon is the maps are already so deliberately designed.
Yeah,
I mean, that would be a little challenging.
I'm not
they're
saying
not like the planet's not being colonized anymore is part of the issue.
Right. I'm just saying, like, oh, we found this cave over here, and like they add like an underground, or
is it a cave of loot?
Maybe it could be. What if it is a loot cave? What if it's a loot cave? What if Randall the Vandal's in there?
Oh my
god! What if Randall's hunting knife is in there? Josh, this is like, I hate you so much.
Just truly indescribable hatred right now.
No, you love it. You love it. Maybe Zer's in there. Maybe he's selling the weapon you need 2 weeks in.
Dude, I would fucking love.
What if you go into the armory and there's a weapon in there that you can buy, or something you can buy that's like the key to winning everything, and nobody knows what it is?
It's just that you just see no time to explain in there.
Oh my gosh, that'd be amazing. Oh man, that'd be so cool. I would hate it, but I would also love it. So good. I do, though. I really am enjoying Marathon, and I can't believe I love it as much as I do, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm shocked. I just keep thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think about it when I'm at work, and it just makes me wish that I had more time.
Yeah.
This is one of the, I wouldn't say a rare instance, but this is one of the instances where I really wish I was like still contract working in a lot of ways, and I could just like kind of blow things off until like the evening or like late at night and go work on them, so that I could like jam on this in the afternoons with my friends who like get off work earlier or who are in different time zones, things like that, because I'm genuinely having a blast with this game. I will say the other thing this has made me want to do is play Arc Raiders a little bit, just to like see what the differences are between the two.
Yeah, I thought about it, But I'm like,
one of the things I really like about Arc Raiders that and I know there's not really a way to do this with Marathon. Like, I mean, I guess there is if you programmed it this way, but I kind of wish there was the idea of like the smart matchmaking with it, where like, oh, if you're like less engaging in PvP and stuff, that it'll put you in like more pacifist lobbies.
yeah. Well, didn't they add like a PvE only mode? I
For
know they
Arc
took the.
Raiders,
Yeah, I know in
I
Arc
believe
Raiders,
so.
I know they took the bounties or the whatever they're called in that game, like to incentivizing killing other players. I know they took those out of the game.
Yeah, I
Completely.
believe so. I don't know. I would actually need to talk to people who have played Arc Raiders and find out, because I know very little about Arc. I haven't really watched any clips of it. I've seen a few clips that some friends have like sent me, but that's it.
Yeah, I don't even know if I could pick. I don't think I've ever watched anything on Arc Raiders. I only know the logo, and it looks kind of like a 70s or 80s airport airline logo.
Yeah, I wasn't really jazzed when they announced the game and everybody was like jonesing about it after the Game Awards a few years ago. So I'm pretty happy with the success that that's gotten.
Yeah, and
Glad that
I
it's
think
lived
its
up to the
success
hype.
benefited Destiny, quite frank, or
You
not
mean
Destiny,
Marathon?
a
Yeah,
Marathon, quite frankly.
I think so too. I think it's really benefited it, and I think that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, these are two sides of the same coin. You know, I always say, you know, competition breeds excellence, and I think that they're going to look at things that Arc Raiders has done right, because by the time Arc Raiders came out and started becoming the sensation it was, Marathon was locked and loaded.
Mm-hmm.
So I do hope that they've taken some lessons from that, and that maybe we'll start seeing those applied in like the summer update.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like for me, it's really going to predicate on how often are you going to put out big updates? How often are you going to do like not just balance patches, but I do think that like wiping the vaults every season is going to be really helpful too, because that means you can introduce new metas. I don't know that anything's beating shotgun, but that thing doesn't feel like it got
A
nerfed at
different
all.
shotgun.
Yeah, I mean, you could always vault the WSTR for a season or something. You know, there's always things you could do. You can introduce new and
This
different ammo types for certain seasons. There are plenty of things you can do. Like you can
this is
change
where content vaulting makes sense, Bungie.
yeah, you can change world bosses up. You can change up enemy types. Like one of the coolest things about Cryo Archive is there's gonna be aliens involved. Like you can bring those to the regular maps starting next season if you want to. It already
Yeah,
looks
what
like
if there's like an
going to.
invasion? Like, what if the aliens like
Well,
invade?
it already looks like you're getting that in Night Marsh. So
Yeah.
but I think, you know, you have just unlimited potential here. I'm not going to assume that you're going to get like 3 Cryo Archive style experiences in the first year. I think that's audacious and ridiculous. You might get another one like around Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they know they kind of got to pace themselves a little bit here, because eventually you're going to run into the problem you did with Destiny, where you're spreading your player base too thin. And if you're going to be introducing duo queue to everything, that's great, but that's going to fragment your player base even more. So we'll see what happens. But Rook being a class that was born out of people wanting to play the alpha test solo is a great example of listening to your player base.
Yeah, and I wonder. I mean, I wonder if they had that class prototyped at all, and then they just kind of put it on the shelf because they thought maybe that wouldn't be a viable option for people.
I don't think so, because the fact that they hadn't really seemed to even consider it, and were like surprised at how many people wanted it, I think really caught them off guard.
Yeah, that's fair.
So,
Man,
all right.
what a great experience though. I really do recommend, if you're into shooters, like I do recommend
I
this.
am starting my review this weekend.
Yep.
It won't be done for quite some time, but I am going to start it this weekend. Maybe in a week or two I'll hit publish, but I definitely want to do more runs with Rook, or I want to do a bunch of runs with Rook, and I want to do a lot more outposts before I'm ready to hit publish on that. But right now, I mean, like, hey, it's trending. Is it the most perfect game I've ever played? No. Gun to my head, if I had to score it today, it would be probably 8.5, maybe a 9.
Yeah.
Is about the range I'd be landing in. And part of that is because I am not the biggest extraction fan. I am not good at extraction shooters. That does impact my score, because that impacts my experience. And that's okay. I am being as objective as humanly possible. I wanted to see Cryo Archive beforehand. Ideally, I'd love to take a stab at Cryo Archive before I hit publish, but I don't feel like that's going to happen. So we will see what happens. I want to see how this first weekend of Cryo Archive resolves too.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling if it's anything like Last Wish was, then we might be in for an all-time Bungie experience.
An all-time experience, he says.
An all-time experience. Well, Corey, do you wanna do us all a favor and get us on out of here?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's get out of here. I want to thank everybody out there for watching and or listening to this episode of Tower Casuals, the Destiny podcast. Hopefully you're enjoying all the cool things that are happening out there in the gaming space. Josh, I appreciate your time as well, as always.
Always.
I'm glad that Bungie has seemingly created a game that is at least intriguing a lot of people.
Yeah.
So glad we had something to talk about tonight too with the TWAB. That was fun. I'm glad Josh got to nerd out about Magic again.
Yeah.
Remember to like, subscribe, share, rate, and review wherever you listen. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, we love you. Goodbye.